I speak through your struggles. My child, listen, for I speak, not always in the thunder nor in the storm, but in the soft ache of your soul, in the delay that tests your faith, in the mornings you rise weary, yet still move forward. I have not abandoned you in your pain. I am speaking through it. Every moment you felt unseen, every silent cry you released in the dark, every door that closed without explanation, I was whispering, trust me. You see challenges as punishments, but I see them as doorways, places where your faith can grow and your heart can be refined. Remember Joseph, betrayed and cast into prison. He was not forgotten. I used even that dark pit to prepare him for the palace. Genesis 50:20. In your own life, when that job opportunity fell through, when the person you trusted disappointed you, when finances ran thin and health grew weak, it was not just hardship. It was me, shaping something deeper inside you. In moments when you wondered why I didn't intervene, I was drawing you closer, teaching you to listen, not just with your ears, but with your spirit. You asked for strength. I gave you trials to build it. You asked for faith. I allowed storms, so you'd learn to walk on water. Look again. That frustrating delay at the airport, that long wait at the doctor's office, that unexpected flat tire on your way to work. All those inconveniences are often sacred interruptions, divine appointments. I place you in slow lanes and quiet spaces not to harm you, but to protect, redirect, and position you for what you do not yet see. A woman in Texas once told me in prayer, Lord, why didn't you let me get that house I prayed for? What she didn't know was that the very home she cried over would have had a faulty foundation, literally crumbling under pressure. When it collapsed 2 years later, she wept again, but in gratitude. My child, you are not forgotten in your challenges. You are being tuned, like an instrument, for a greater sound. Even your tears speak, and I respond not with noise but with purpose. Do not be discouraged when I am silent, for I am still near. Sometimes my voice sounds like closed doors, like rejections, like detours, but I am always guiding. The test is the talk. Beloved, when your plans fall apart, it doesn't mean mine have. Your confusion is not a sign of my absence, it is an invitation to lean in, to ask, to seek, to knock. I spoke to Elijah not through the earthquake or fire, but through a still, small voice. 1 Kings 19:12. In the same way, your daily frustrations, the coworker who misunderstands you, the family member who pushes your buttons, the loneliness that creeps in at night, they are all moments where I am calling you to reflect, to pause, to pray. I use even the tension in your relationships to reveal what's inside your heart, what still needs healing, what still needs surrender. A single mother in Illinois once sat in her car crying after losing her second job. She felt abandoned, useless. But what she didn't know was that I was opening the door for her to start a home bakery, something she always dreamed of but never dared pursue. Within 6 months, she was not just surviving, she was thriving. My voice led her through the pain, through the risk, through the uncertainty. And I will do the same for you. Your trials are not random, they are spiritual conversations. When things are hard, ask, Lord, what are you saying to me through this? And wait, because I do speak. I speak through a friend's unexpected text that lifts your spirit. I speak through a scripture you just happened to read at the exact moment you needed it. I speak through a song on the radio, through a stranger's kindness, through a child's laughter, through the courage it takes to get out of bed when everything feels heavy. My child, I am not distant. I am not only the God of mountaintops, I am the God of Mondays, of messy kitchens, of traffic jams, of laundry piles, of missed calls and second chances. I am speaking even now as you listen to this. That inner stirring, that moment where your heart softens, that is me. I am calling you to walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. When you trust me, even when it hurts, even when it's confusing, that's when miracles begin to unfold. Your obedience in the challenge speaks louder than your praise in comfort. Don't wait for your life to be perfect to hear my voice. Listen now, in the middle of the mess, because I'm already there. Every challenge you face is a compass I use to realign your heart with mine. You want answers, I give you revelation. You want comfort, I give you transformation. You want escape, I offer purpose. Stop thinking your struggles disqualify you from my love. They are the very places where my grace is strongest. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. That verse wasn't written for the perfect, but for the broken, for the weary, for the ones who feel they've failed too many times. Like the man in Florida who lost everything in a flood but found his calling helping others rebuild. Or the young nurse in California who thought she couldn't go on after losing her brother, but in her grief she found a new depth of compassion and began comforting patients with, "My love." These are not coincidences. These are conversations. These are divine strategies disguised as hardship. And you, yes, you who are listening right now, are being spoken to in your struggle. Will you hear me? Will you trust me? I know it's hard. I know the nights are long and the days feel uncertain. But I am with you, child. I never left. Even when you doubted, even when you pulled away, I kept speaking. In the sunrise, in the quiet, in the breath you just took. I am not done with you. What looks like a challenge today may be your ministry tomorrow. What feels like delay may be divine setup. Don't be afraid of hard things, for I work all things together for your good. Romans 8:28. That includes the heartbreak, the diagnosis, the loneliness, the setback. I am the redeemer of every moment, the healer of every wound, the guide through every valley. You don't need to have it all figured out. Just follow me one step at a time. Listen not with panic, but with peace. Trust not in the absence of pain, but in my presence through it. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Hebrews 13:8. I will not leave you or forsake you. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep asking, Lord, what are you teaching me in this? For that is where you'll find my voice. In the challenges, in the struggle, in the surrender. And when you trust me fully, even when you can't trace me, you will begin to hear me more clearly. The challenge is not the end. It is the beginning of your calling. When the challenge becomes the miracle. My beloved, if only you could see what I see when you're walking through your darkest days. You feel defeated, but I see a warrior rising. You feel forgotten, but I am engraving your name on the palm of my hand. Isaiah 49:16. You see broken pieces, shattered dreams, strained relationships, financial stress, emotional exhaustion, but I see the masterpiece in the making. Every challenge you face is not only a message, it's also a mirror. It shows you what you believe, what you fear, what you hold on to, and what you need to let go of. And through that mirror, I begin the sacred work of transformation. There is no wasted pain when it is surrendered to me. That panic attack, that bill you can't pay, that rejection letter, That late-night breakdown when no one was watching? I saw it all. And while the world may call it weakness, I call it the place where my power enters your life. Like gold refined by fire, so are you refined by your challenges. Don't hide the scars. Those are the places where I touched you. Your testimony is being written in the ink of your endurance. Look at David. Before he was king, he was hunted. Before Peter preached, he denied me. Before Paul changed the world, he was blind. What looked like breakdowns were actually breakthroughs dressed in disguise. I know your pain intimately, and I walk with you through it. The woman who lost her child and said she'd never smile again. 1 year later, she started a support group that helped hundreds of grieving parents. That man, who was laid off and thought his life had no direction, he now leads others in career counseling, giving them the hope he once needed. These are not just people. They are my children, like you, who chose to believe that I still speak, still move, still heal, and still use every ounce of pain for glory. You are not waiting for me to show up. I'm already there, in the tension, in the questions, in the moments you can't explain. When you choose to trust me in the middle of it, you unlock the miracle within it. The challenge becomes the channel. The struggle becomes sacred. And you become stronger. Not because life got easier, but because you walked with me through the storm. You are my beloved. I will never stop pursuing your heart. Even in the mundane, even in your Monday mornings, even when you think I'm silent, I am present. When you walk through fire, you will not be burned. When you pass through the waters, they will not sweep over you. Isaiah 43:2. I don't remove every obstacle, but I redeem every outcome. My child, let my voice anchor you, not your circumstances. Let my word be your compass, not your emotions. I am calling you to rise above the noise, to hear my still, faithful whisper in your daily challenges. Keep walking, not because the path is easy, but because I walk beside you. And when you reach the place where the pain once lived, you'll find purpose blooming from the soil of suffering. That's who I am. I make all things new. Revelation 21:5. So now, don't keep this word to yourself. Someone you love is facing something heavy right now. Share this message with them. Let them hear my voice through yours. And if this message stirred your spirit, I ask you, click subscribe to God's sacred voice and join the movement of hearts listening, learning, and living by my word. It costs nothing to subscribe, but it means everything to someone who needs my touch today. My voice is still speaking, and it's speaking through you.